is the pride of Ozone Park, people. He is Joe Truglio from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and one of our favorite guests here on the Rich Eisen Show. Back
Go Mets.
in the mix.
Go Mets.
You're so close, huh?
So close. It was wonderful. I was lucky enough to go to a couple of the games.
Which ones?
I went to game 3 and 4.
So you saw a win?
I saw a win. I saw the only win at Citi Field in the World Series. And it was so funny. I was thinking about the last time I was here, and it was the beginning of the season, and we had that awful news about David Wright's injury.
That's right.
And so here we are at game 3, and he was able to take that thing out of the park, and I just felt like it was just wonderful to see him have a fantastic season, the whole team, a fantastic season.
Would you trade Matt Harvey if it meant bringing back a slew of bats, and then you'd be able to go ahead with Syndergaard, DeGrom, Wheeler comes back, Matz? That's a heck of a foursome, and if Harvey could bring you the sticks.
Who does he bring? I guess I'd have to see, who we're bringing, but I really like the idea of having that staff, including Harvey, and I may be against the common theory here, but I like that he stayed in.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's 20/20 hindsight that he got.
Yeah.
That after he got taken out, because the whole stadium was going nuts for it.
Yeah, you couldn't. It just you just couldn't really pull him at that point. I thought he had like maybe 4 hits at that point. He was at 100 pitches. He wasn't going to pitch again. And look, but what do I know? I play dress up for a living, so I can't. But
now, it's interesting that. Because we're going to talk fantasy football, the man who is essentially the commissioner of the fantasy football league that you're in, does he run the league, Paul Rudd? Does Rudd run the league?
He does run
so
the
league.
league.
Commissioner of your league,
yes.
Was he in the building as well in his royal blue at the time?
That's right. Both Paul and I were in the building at the time. We went to the game together.
Did you go to the game together?
We went to the game together. We sat next to. Yeah, we did. We did.
Oh my gosh!
We had a very civil rivalry. It was.
Well, you're two civilized men.
Yeah, we're two civilized men. And by the way, Kansas City is an incredible team, and kudos to them. They played great. They were relentless. They hit everything.
But where's the but?
But
yeah,
we're gonna be back next year, and we're gonna win next year. The Mets. Yeah, that was a but. See how I kind of.
I was about to say this. There was a smack talk. You're like, we're going to win next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't smack talk KC. I'm just too close to the town. But Paul and I just decided that we were going to behave very well on this particular rivalry. I don't know why.
So Rudd now has the World Series in his back pocket. How's he doing in the fantasy league that you're in?
I think he's hurting a bit. I think he's in the bottom. He's a bottom dweller.
He's a bottom dweller.
Or mid to bottom.
And how many people are in this league?
14 teamer PPR. And
14 teams. So what's the waiver wire look like? There's nobody on
it. There's not much there.
There's no slim pickings at all, right?
There's slim pickings. There's very slim pickings.
So who's on your team?
I was lucky enough to have the fortune to pick Gurley and Freeman in the middle rounds, and that kind of shot me up. But I was picking 11th out of 14.
So that'll wrap it. So Beckham was your first.
Beckham was first, then I went 2 receiver, then I hit Cooks, and then I came around and got Gore, and then I think I went Freeman.
Freeman and Gurley.
No, Graham. Jimmy Graham at 4th.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so you had potentially a disaster of a season unfolding had you not done Devontae Freeman and Todd Gurley, the fantasy darlings of 2015. So you're in first?
I'm in first, yeah. 8-2
What's your
now.
Wow.
8-2, yeah.
Who's your quarterback?
Well, I'm rotating between. I went all in on Bradford, and so
how's that working out for you?
Well,
so you're going Sanchez as a Jet fan? You're going to go Sanchez?
No, I'm gonna.
You can't.
Look, I read the Butt Fumble poem, one of the earliest segments, earliest appearances here. I got to let that go. No, I'm Mariota, and I think I'm rotating Mariota and Alex Smith and Bradford. I'm a bit of a pickle with that. So
Dude,
I'm streaming.
So you're going to go either Mariota, Alex Smith, and Bradford all the way to a championship. That would be a
maybe we'll be back.
What would be more of a magical run, the Mets this year or that for your fantasy?
I think I would have to take that. That would be me in my magical run with Alex Smith.
Oh my gosh.
And Bradford.
Joe Truglio here on the Rich Eisen Show. You were here last Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We did have you read the Butt Fumble poem. You were also fresh off of a karaoke event that we all went to because Bobby Cannavale, the actor and friend of yours who was in that fantasy league of yours, he sat in for this.
That's right.
We all went, we sang. Do you have Chris Law's? Because this is interesting.
Let's play it.
This is interesting.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, go for it. Del Tufo. You were there.
Oh,
you were there,
I was
Joe.
there for that.
The traveling band.
I mean, you got to talk about Greek theater. You got to talk about Hollywood Bowl. We just got to get you booked at one of these joints. I'll go.
To see that.
To see that. I'll just go first row for you, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm there for you.
You know, that was a rough night for me. I'm not used to those small karaoke dojos that we were in. Like
Yeah.
we were in a real
What are you
small
used to?
room.
The Greek theater?
Nice
The Hollywood Bowl?
acoustics.
You tried to sing Toto also. That
Toto
was
Africa was a
went
disaster.
badly.
Oh, man.
If you thought
They
that
have
was
that.
bad, Toto was even worse.
I guess the rain's down in Africa. You tried that one,
Like
right?
we
Yeah.
have that.
I'm looking,
tried
I'm
raining.
looking,
You
I'm
have
looking.
that one, Del Tufo?
You
I'm
got
looking.
it.
Give me a minute.
But you're really good at it, Joe. You're actually
thank
fantastic
you.
at
My
it.
wife is even better. She has the pipes for it, but she sings a lot of Rent, which isn't really my. That's not my.
Is it Rent karaoke?
That's not my bag of beans. I don't even know if
Can
that's.
you sing Rent?
She-
At a karaoke? Can
Yeah.
you do that?
Oh, you could. There's so many musicals.
Sure.
That you could sing that I'd rather not hear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Hamilton's going to be next. Hamilton's in that, which is a great show, by the way, but in a karaoke room, no thank you.
That's not so much. Joe Truglio, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, airing Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. You do realize that you and Law have something in common, correct?
Yes, we do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congrats to you.
You are expecting, the due dates are, when is Chara's due date?
We are actually due on leap year, February 29th.
And when is your due
We're
date?
February 24th.
Ah.
We come
I'm
back.
gonna make sure
and
it comes out early.
Let's
I'm not
compare
having a
notes.
leap- Yeah, boy or girl, do you know?
It's a boy, Lil Bambino.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I would do the math to see if it goes back to that karaoke night, but I think that the math doesn't work.
The math doesn't quite work.
Wow.
From
Slow
that night.
gestation.
Now, do you,
Yes,
are you-
the rain did not happen that night, I
they're,
don't think.
they're
No.
making me go with a Philadelphia name like Randall Cunningham Law. Are you going to go with like a jet name?
Yeah,
Like
what would you do?
I
Emerson Boozer Latrulio?
Webb Eubanks?
Jumbo.
Seaver.
Yeah, Jumbo Elliott
Jumbo Elliott Latrulio.
Latrulio?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Keith Hernandez Latrulio.
Who?
Keith Hernandez
Latrulio.
Keith Hernandez
How about
Latrulio.
Bob Apodaca
Mookie.
Latrulio? Skip
Daryl
Lockwood
How about Benny
Latrulio?
Agbayani?
Daryl Strawberry Latrulio.
Hey, he got us there. He got us there with a dinger back then. Benny, I like Benny.
Can you do? Would your wife be open to
Not at
some
all.
No chance. Not at all. There's no chance.
This is fun. This is kind of fun what we're
Just
doing
work
now.
it out right now.
You got even
You
close.
can't go home and just say Wesley Walker Latrulio.
Yeah. Wesley-
Freeman McNeil Latrulio
Neil.
would be
just-
Wayne
no?
Corbett
not-
Latrulio.
Wayne Latrulio.
Wayne.
No?
Yeah.
Are you circling around some names? Have you kicked
We
it
have
around?
a few. We have a few that we like very much. Some that have been booted out. I went with Otto, and she's like, no, Otto. I just wanted.
Well, here's what you should do: is because you don't hear Otto very much.
Yeah.
When Susie and I had our firstborn
Yeah.
in the oven, if you will, I just said, let's just name him as he's inside.
Yeah.
Let's name him Murray, because you don't hear that name anymore.
That's right.
I mean, how many times you go to somebody's house, Joe, and say
Yeah.
to somebody, hey, you need to see Murray the baby. Come see Murray the baby. You know, here's my son, Murray.
Maybe once a week.
You know, so I just said it, and even at that point, after a few months of trying that, she shut it down, saying, I'm like,
Yeah.
we can't even name the
can't even
fetus,
fake
Murray?
name it.
Like, we can't even name the fetus, Murray?
It's just an in utero name.
Murray the fetus. I'm like, that's even funny. After a while, it was just
Did it
like,
go?
no, she shut that down.
I think that's okay. I think that's when you try out the names.
Yes.
And if they give a kick, then you're in the game.
You're saying
You're in the game.
You're saying there's a chance
Just-
at
yeah,
that point in time.
That's right. I'm like, let's just listen to the kids.
So
The kid knows.
you're gonna start whispering, come on, Mark Gastineau, Latrulio.
Come on, Gastineau. Gastineau Latrulio. Come on, buddy. Come on, give us a nice plow. Oh, he's kicking.
That's right.
He's kicking.
Come on, Wayne Garrett, Latrulio. Bud Harrelson, Latrulio. Oh, there's a kick.
Oh, that's a kick. I
Bud
felt
Latrulio.
that.
Bud Latrulio.
Bud's a nice, like, good, hearty man name. That's
Brooklyn
I like that.
Nine-Nine's crushing it, huh? It's
Oh,
great,
we're
isn't
having
it?
a great time on that show. I must bring up that we have the incomparable Nick Offerman on the show this Sunday.
Oh, my gosh.
We get very lucky with, there's a plethora of other guest stars that I can't reveal yet, but Offerman plays Captain Holtz, Andre Brower's ex-boyfriend. And he, as always,
He's genius.
crushes it. He's a genius,
Yes.
and we're lucky to have him. Very funny episode. And when we come back from holidays, I think they're shifting us to Tuesdays.
Okay.
Starting January 5th.
We keep in mind on that.
Keep in mind on that.
Now, would you mind sticking around?
I would love to
Because
stick
I
around.
need your support here.
Of course,
Certainly
what's
since
going
you
on?
understand fantasy football. As you know, I've been living in the private pile, like, world of poop since this season began with fantasy football. I'm even with our daily fantasy DraftOps.com league. I'm getting guys hurt.
Oh boy.
I choose Steve Smith, Achilles.
Oh boy.
I choose Julian Edelman, broken foot. I'm getting people tweeting me saying, please don't choose my players. Michael Bidwell, the owner of the Cardinals yesterday, on this show saying, don't choose my players this
I'm
week.
taking a risk being this close to you.
You
in
are.
proximity.
You are. So, because it clearly can't be my football acumen.
No.
There must be something supernatural afoot.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So, sitting in the DraftOps.com green room right now is my new spiritual advisor. Hi, Suka G. How are you?
Hi, I'm well, Rich.
Will you please help me, Suka G?
You know what? I'm going to do what I can, Rich.
Will you clean this house?
I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to help you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm going to do.
is good.
Thank you. That's
This is
next.
good.
Will you be here for me?
I
as
will
we-
absolutely be here,
A
Rick.
fantasy spiritual intervention
The yin and yang.
of sorts. Coming up next in just 1 minute's time here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.